Alright, YouTube. Bobby Hitches and Custom Welding back here with an All-Star. Somewhere in the mid-60s model little old boat in great condition. When I say great condition, I mean it's got a little scuffs here and there, but for its age, over 50 years old, this thing is in great shape. We're going to be working on this little project next few days. You can see this thing was not registered past 89. Come from North Carolina. And for the age this thing is in super good shape. Somebody didn't use the boat a whole lot, or they kept good care of it. One of their pride and joys. Still got original steering wheel, key, switch. All this stuff is all original. And the boat itself is in really good shape. It's got a little crack in here and there, but for a boat that's 55 years old, I got a few cracks in me, and I'm just 50 years old. So for a 50-year-old fiberglass, it's in really good shape. The floor seems to be in good shape and all. But enough about the boat. The reason it's here is the motor. The customer could not get the starter to turn. Now, he changed the wires and so on and so forth. And right back there is where your starter solenoid is, right back there in that box. Now, a lot of people change those over, put the little forward solenoids on them, change them, make them different, made them where they, couldn't find the original. This guy, actually, and I'll show you in a minute, all those boxes and parts over there, went and got the original solenoid for this thing, marine solenoid. But I got to looking at that thing, and it's really sanitary in there. For its age, it's extremely sanitary. It looks almost like somebody took this thing to the water, maybe a couple times, parked it in the basement, and that's where it stayed. Even the little box cover has got the original wiring harness on it. I mean, and all the colors match. Now, the reason it's here is because they couldn't get the starter to engage, want me to get it running, so on and so forth, rebuild the fuel pump. Got to put a water pump in it, foot oil, get it ready for the lake, basically. Him and his wife's older. They had one back years ago and want to relive their childhood memories, so we're going to see if we can make that happen. But the biggest thing is he wasn't used to those knobs. He's used to the updated stuff. He's got a pontoon boat. He knows how to work them, but that red lever, which is the fire lever, which is the gas lever, has got to come backwards. The other one over there is your shift lever. On these old motors, you got 3 positions on this rod right here. Forward, neutral, and then you go in reverse. It's got to be in the middle. And the starter will turn over. Now, I know you see my starter button there. I'm not trying to fool anybody. I had that here so I could hook it up to the solenoid down there, so I could see if this old relic would fire. And believe it or not, this thing has actually got fire to the plugs when I spun it over. I couldn't believe it. It's really good blue fire. The reason he couldn't get it to go into neutral with that lever is because this right here is your timing deal on this thing, 2-stroke. And it was up and holding that lever out. He couldn't move it backwards. He didn't understand the mechanics of how it worked. I don't know how the pictures are here, but that's what had happened. He had the fire lever pushed middle ways, and so he couldn't move the deal backwards. Now I've got the plugs out of it. As you can see, I still got my push button hooked up, but I'm going to spin the little old key for you. And she spins over with the key, and she does fire. Now, I could hook gas to it and possibly get it to run. I'm not going to. I'm going to take and do exactly what he asked. Rebuild the fuel pump, rebuild the carburetor. He didn't have a period correct gas tank. He's looking for one. But I've got some of that stuff. We're going to hook gas to it and we'll make it run. We're going to do videos on this thing. step by step, a little bit here and there. Maybe to help other people out or other people that's interested in the channel. Let them know what we're doing. But anyway, what I couldn't believe was when he brought me these boxes. This is your impeller, your water pump in this thing. And this thing comes with a lot of stuff. For that price, most of the time, this is all you get. And maybe a seal or something. This thing comes with everything. You know, your little water pump tube that goes up to the heads. All of that stuff. It came with everything. A little keyway and all. I couldn't believe that. Plus, it comes with a step-by-step instruction manual to tell you how to put it together. Take it apart and put it together. I couldn't believe it when I opened the box. You know, back in the 60s, not too many people would have attempted to even fool this thing. But I couldn't believe that that was all in that little box. Also, he got a carburetor kit. Where he got all this stuff, I don't know. And then the fuel pump rebuild kit. The solenoid that he got, which you don't need, which we'll probably put it on there anyway, just to, you know. He even got a brand new marine solenoid for this thing. See if I can get it to focus so you can see the numbers, maybe. Come on, phone. Focus for me. There you go. I think you can see them now. But it's going to be a fun little project. It's a 40 horse, single carbureted, 2-cylinder. Just trying to make the old guy's dreams come true. He had one back years ago, said he liked it. I get this job done. He's got a pontoon that needs some work. I'm sure I'll be up there. The only thing I didn't like about these old things was this right here. I hate these things with a passion. You get in rough water, these things get loose. You'll take off to the left when you're trying to go right. Stay away from the rocks, and something happened with this pin, you can have a problem. If you're planning on messing with one of these boats, make sure you understand you got to keep these things tight in order to keep the sway out of the motor. This thing moves really easy. And if you got a little bit of slack in here, that motor's going to be sitting there jerking back and forth. You're not going to be able to control it with the steering wheel. That's going to be our project for the next few days. We're going to be doing a couple of videos. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any questions? If I can answer them, be more than happy to. Comments, see me doing something wrong, because I'm not perfect. Let me know. Hey, you didn't quite do that right. Not the way I would have did it. Give me some suggestions. Remember, this thing was around long before I ever went to tech school. So, you know, most of the time, mechanically inclined person can fix the carburetor. If they're like I am, a lot of people can't fool with a carburetor, or they won't. Same way with the fuel pump that works off a vacuum. So on and so forth. But we're going to make it run. And get the impeller in it, stuff like that. Like I said, I enjoy these little fun projects every now and then. Not the modern style stuff, and not the hardest little lawnmower engine to work on. People hear me say that's a lawnmower motor, they'd probably skin me up one side and down the other. But it's a, you know, basic small 2-stroke dirt bike motor, whatever. But hope you enjoy the show. Like I said, you got any good comments, bad comments, I like to hear them all. And we'll show you more as we get into it. Thank you for viewing.